Recording in progress.
And we also discussed that what are the common things in the plant and animal cell. What are the common things?
Common things that they have, like what's it called,
Hmm.
cytoplasm,
Yes,
uh,
and
a nucleus. Yeah,
yes.
they have
Hmm.
a
What is it?
cell membrane, but
Cell membrane.
cell
Yes.
membrane.
These three
But
things are common in both,
yeah,
right? In the plant and as well as in the animal. Yeah. What you are
it's
saying?
made out of cellulose and has chloroplasts to make food.
Yes. They have. What are the different things? In addition, what are some other things in the plant cell?
A vacuole cell wall made
Cell
out of
wall,
cellulose and chloroplast.
chloroplast. What about the cell wall of fungi? What is the composition of that?
Cytin,
Yeah, chitin, chitin. That is chitin.
chitin.
Okay. Okay, now. Then we discussed about the magnification. I hope you are clear that what is actual length, what is measured length, what is magnification, how we calculate magnification. This is important. Are you clear with this?
Yes,
And this is the formula by
yeah,
which you can easily memorize. Magnification means M. First M is measured length, then A is actual length, right? Measured length and the actual length.
yeah.
Then we discussed different organelles. Now, can you tell me what is the function of the cytoplasm in the animal cell? Like, what they have mentioned about the cytoplasm?
Like
I told you some important things as well.
cytoplasm.
Did you mention on the? Did you make the notes on your book? I shared the picture as
Uh,
well with your father about about this page when I was
I
teaching you. I wrote many
I
things on
didn't
this.
I didn't do it on the book, but I just saw the picture. Yeah,
Okay, okay. Yeah, tell me about this. What is cytoplasm of
cytoplasm.
the animal cell?
What's it called? It
Mhm.
has
Okay, why it is denser? I have a question. Why cytoplasm of animal cell is denser?
mhm. Maybe because what's it called?
Read from here. What they have right.
Cytoplasm of animal is often denser with many more organelles dissolved in
Yeah. So
substance
what is the reason why it is denser?
because it has a lot of like
Yeah,
dissolved
it has a lot
substance.
of substances as well as it has organelles in it. That's why this brown color is cytoplasm, right? So whenever if we have just water in glass, that water will
It
be
also lacks
liquid. Hmm?
yeah, it lacks like like large part of vacuole as well.
Yeah, vacuole is
It's
not there
central
in
one.
the animal cell. Vacuole is not there in the animal cell. There
Yeah,
is small vacuole. We
that's
can
why.
say there are small vacuoles.
Yeah,
So if I was telling you like you have water in glass, right? Just water. But in another glass, you put water as well as some thick substance in it, like glue or some other things. What will happen? The water will become more dense, right? The water will become more
yeah,
thick. So this is the reason which we are mentioning here that why cytoplasm is thick, why it is denser, because it has many things in it. It is not only liquid. Actually, it is liquid in nature. But in this liquid, what are there? There are organelles present, right? There are different organelles as well as there are
yeah.
different dissolved substances. That's why it is thick. Clear? What
Yeah.
about the vacuole? What is the function of the small vacuole in the animal cell?
Like there are small vacuoles that are like
Hmm.
what's it called? They help in digestion
Yeah, they have
or
in
also
digestion.
like excretion
Yeah,
and excretion.
excretion of excess water. That is known as
Yeah, removing
pinocytosis. Yeah, phagocytosis means the digestion that is
yeah,
of the solid food. Okay, phagocytosis means the
yeah,
digestion and excretion of the solid food, while pinocytosis means the excretion of water. Okay, the excess of
of
to
water,
remove
yeah,
the to remove
liquid.
excess water or liquid. That is pinocytosis. Okay, okay. Now, what about the secretory vesicles? These are there are you see this is vacuole. Okay, this is a vacuole, and these are vesicles. Don't confuse with these two. Vacuole and vesicles are different things.
Yeah,
Okay, what is the function of vesicles?
like there some type of what's it called?
Hmm.
Some type of thing to make like more enzymes to break down to make enzymes break down.
Hmm. Just like the lysosomes, just like that. There are
Yeah.
these secretory vesicles. They contain the products like the hormones or enzymes. Okay, in these vesicles, what are
Yeah.
present? In these, there are hormones
Oh, okay,
present,
okay.
right?
Enzymes and hormones.
Yeah, hormones or enzymes are present. And the enzymes. What is the function of enzymes? Enzymes used to speed up the chemical reaction. Okay, they are used
Yeah.
yeah, they are used to speed up the reaction inside our body. And hormones have different function. Like we have growth hormone, we have reproductive hormone that play a role in the sexual reproduction. Okay, so there are different hormones. So basically, these secretory vesicles, what they contain? These secretory vesicles contain enzymes as well as hormones, right?
Hormone. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, what about they have now mentioned about the glycogen. Why they didn't mention about the glucose? Hmm?
Glucose. Maybe because
Hmm.
like it's a substance and it's not like a thing in there.
Now we say that what when we talk
Mhm.
about the glucose provides us instant energy. Okay, you
Yeah.
cannot store sugar in the form of glucose. This I told you that whenever you eat some like bread or you take any roti, what happens is that the digestion starts in your mouth. Okay, its digestion starts
Yeah.
in your mouth. So the glucose, when you take the carbohydrate, it will be digested and it will be converted into glucose, right? It will be converted into let's suppose you have this
Glucose.
carbohydrate. Yeah, this carbohydrate will be converted into glucose. Then the glucose will be converted into ATP. This ATP will provide you the energy, okay? The instant energy.
Yeah.
So that's why glucose, your body does not store energy in the form of glucose. Okay? It always
Mhm.
converts glucose into ATP. That's why we don't have glucose. But what if your body needs just one bread, but you have taken four or five slices of bread? Okay? I'm just giving an example. What will happen? There will be
Yeah.
extra glucose, right? All the carbohydrate will be converted
Extra.
into
Yeah.
glucose,
Energy.
but at that time, there is no need of such glucose. So what will happen? The extra glucose will be converted into glycogen. Okay, the extra glucose then will be
Yeah.
converted into just like in the fasting when we do fast. What happens is that when you fast, you just take the things in the suhoor, right? And whole day we don't drink, we don't eat. We eat when there is Maghrib time. So whole day how our body
Mhm.
works because whatever we have taken in the suhoor, the extra amount of glucose is stored in our body in the form of glycogen. Okay, the extra glucose is stored in the form
Yeah.
of glycogen. Then after some time, that glycogen start to convert into glucose and it gives us energy. Okay, let me explain it over here. Okay, yeah. I'm saying like for example in when we do fast, what happens is that at the suhoor time you have taken the whatever meal you have taken. Okay, let's suppose there was a lot of content of
Yeah.
carbohydrate in that. What will happen? The useful glucose, whatever the glucose needed at that instant, will be used. Firstly, what will happen? The carbohydrate will be converted
Mhm.
into glucose, right? This glucose is much
Yeah.
more. Let's say it is there are much more molecules of the glucose, but in the suhoor time you only need let's suppose there are 50 molecules of glucose. At the suhoor time you just need five molecules. Okay, so five molecules of the glucose will be used up. Okay, they will be converted into ATP, and your body will get energy, right?
Yeah.
Other 45 glucose molecules will be, I'm just giving you random example. This is not the case. Like you don't have the glucose numbers or like this. Just giving you an example. Other 45 glucose
Mhm.
molecules, they are not needed at the suhoor time. What will happen? They will be stored in your body in the form of
Stored for Maghrib
glycogen.
time.
Yeah, they will
Yeah.
be stored in the form of glycogen, and after some time, like after 2 or 3 hours, it will start to convert into glucose, like maybe five molecules will be converted into glucose. Then from that,
Mhm.
your body will get energy in the form of ATP. Then after some time, again,
Yeah.
more ATPs, more glycogen will convert into glucose. It will give the ATP.
Yes.
So this is how our body works. Okay, and that's why we say a person can
Mhm.
survive without water for 3 days. Like it is, I don't remember the exact days, but there are 3 days or I think 7 days without eating something.
7 days without.
Yeah, without
Uh,
eating or without drinking.
yeah. No, 7 days without
Hmm.
drinking, and 3 days is without. No, without drinking, it's 7 days, and without eating, it's 3 days.
3 days, yeah. So why
Pretty
is it
sure.
so? Because there are glucose stored in it, our body in the form of glycogen, okay? And as well as the lipids. Lipids are also stored in our body. So they also provide the energy. So that's why a person can survive for 2 or 3 days or like that. Okay, but after that the person cannot survive.
Mhm.
So this is what we are discussing, and that is why there is glycogen here. There is not glucose because your body does not store energy in the form of glucose. It only store in the form of glycogen. Okay, that's why there are
Glycogen.
glycogen molecules. I hope you are clear with this.
Yeah.
Take the screenshot of this, then I will scroll down.
Okay.
We have dissolved substances.
By the way, it
Hmm.
says, what's it called? Only a person can survive like without water for 3 days and food without 3 weeks.
Okay, okay. Yeah, without water, the person can survive for 3 days. But after, if he drinks for 2 weeks and he is not eating something, he can survive for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not the case that
Yeah.
he is not drinking and he is not eating. They are saying without eating
Mhm.
means at that time he will be drinking something, right?
Yeah.
So on just drinking, you can survive for 2 weeks, but not more than that.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you taken? Did you take the screenshot?
Yeah, I did. I did. I did.
Okay. Yeah, one more thing we have discussed was animal cell features. They often relate to the heterotrophic nutrition. Yeah, this I told you. What is meant by heterotrophic mode of nutrition? Hmm. What is heterotrophic? Hetero means variety. Now
Yeah,
you can tell me.
especially yeah. Okay. Yeah. Heterotrophic
Hmm.
is what's it called? Like you can eat like
Hmm.
what's it called?
We
Like
eat
that.
different. We
Like
eat variety of food.
yeah,
We don't rely on
yeah,
one kind of food. Yeah.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
like the animals, just like if we talk about the some of the animals, like the herbivores, they just rely on the herbs, on the green plants. They
Only the
can't take
plants. Yeah,
meat. Yeah, we are omnivores. We rely on we take meat. We also take the plants. We rely on fruits, vegetables, all the things. Okay. So in animal
yeah,
cells, it features the most important feature of this is that it has heterotrophic mode of nutrition, right? We
yeah.
we take
And
variety of food. Hmm.
autotropic is
Heterotrophic
like
is basically
you
two
only
meaning.
eat
One meaning is
yeah
variety of food, and heterotrophic means they are they
hetero like
yeah. Hmm.
uh
Just like
it's
the
like
autotrophic,
you can't make your own
yeah.
food. You have
The
to
animals cannot prepare their own food.
yeah.
Okay. What about the autotrophs?
Autotrophs are like you can make your own food like plants.
Yeah, autotrophs can prepare their own food, like the plants. So this is
Yeah,
what we have discussed, and then we also discussed about the cell size. What's that? That is about 25 micrometer in diameter. Okay, and this in this I also
yeah,
told you about the nucleus. That nucleus control everything. This is the nucleus. Nucleus control the cell. Whatever is happening
yeah.
within the cell, it is controlled by the nucleus. Okay.
Nucleus.
Okay. Now, next thing is about the yeah nucleus contain. What are the things present in the nucleus? There is DNA,
What's it
right?
called? The DNA. Yep,
Hmm.
and chromosomes.
Yeah, DNA is made up of genes. Those genes are made up of chromosomes, right?
Chromosomes.
and those chromosomes carry the information, okay, hereditary information. They have
Yeah.
hereditary information. What is hereditary information? That information which transfer
Like
from parent
where
to the,
you came from.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the traits. Which traits you will get from your
Yeah.
father and which traits you will get from
Ancestors.
your mother. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or from your grandfather or from your grandmother. So this is hereditary information that is
Yep.
present in the chromosome. And the chromosomes combine, they make the genes and there is DNA formation, right? Like this. Like
Yeah.
I told you, like this is one chromosome. In one
Mm-hmm.
chromosome there are genes, there are different genes, right? There are different genes like this. And inside these genes there are different information of different things, right? And the DNA is coiled around it. Okay. And I told you
Mm-hmm.
one more
Yeah.
thing about this. How many chromosomes are in animal cell? Human cell, not animal, human cell.
Uh, human 40. No.
40,
30, 46.
46, yeah, 46 chromosomes in total or 23 pair, right? We can say
Yep.
23 pair or 46 chromosomes.
Yeah.
But they only appear at the time of cell division. Okay, this is important.
Mm-hmm.
Mark it on your book. Chromosome. You cannot see this in the cell. In this cell, they will not be visible. If you see any cell in the microscope, in the normal period, in the normal time, you will not see any chromosome in it. But if you have any cell which is going to divide, okay, if there is any cell which is going to divide, in that cell you can observe the chromosomes. This is what they have mentioned, that
Mm-hmm.
you can only observe chromosomes when there is cell division. Although they are present, but they are not visible. They are not visible. They are present like in the form of
Yeah.
chromatin. They are from chromatin in the form of chromatin. But if you check any cell at the time of what is happening, but if you check this at the time of cell division, then you can observe it, and you can observe this
Yeah.
chromosome. Okay. Okay. Next thing about the we have discussed about the plant cell. Yeah, we have discussed first thing the nucleus. Nucleus is common. Then cytoplasm is common. Cell membrane is common, right? Cell membrane is common.
Yeah.
What is this? This
Yes.
is a large vacuole. If we talk about the plant, what is they have a
It's a vacuum.
large vacuole. Yeah,
Large vacuum.
I told you one important thing about this that on this vacuole, the shape of the leaf depend. You remember tonoplast
Yeah.
and flaccidity.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
Can you recall?
It's what's it called? Like how what's it
Hmm.
called? Like how much long
If
or
if
large
there
it will
is
be.
yeah if there is water, turgidity
Yeah.
versus flaccidity.
It will like if there
Uh-huh.
is water, like it will be like healthy, but if there is no water, like
It will be turgid. If there will be water
fluidity.
in the
Yeah.
daytime, you see what happens is that in the daytime there is photosynthesis happen and they have all the things available. So the plant leaves are turgid. There is high turgor pressure. Okay, like this. You see this?
Yeah.
There is in the
Yeah.
vacuole.
It will have.
Vacuole is filled with water,
Yeah. It
right?
will be.
So the
Yeah.
leaves
It
will
will
be
be large. Like
yeah. There will be a large vacuole and the leaves will be turgid. Okay, they will be turgid. They will be
large.
erected
Yeah.
like this. Okay, there will be
Yeah.
high turgor pressure. But at the night time, what happens
Yeah.
is that since there is no photosynthesis happening at the night, so the already present water is being used by the plant. What will happen? Now there will be
And the
less
vacuole
water
will
in the
shrunk.
yeah. Now there will be less water in the vacuole and vacuole will be shrunken. At that
Yeah.
time we say that in the night time the plants are they have flaccid leaves. Okay, these are flaccid leaves. They are bow down towards the earth, right? So it means they have low turgor pressure.
Yeah.
Clear? Are you clear with this
Yeah.
terminology? So this
Yes.
is the vacuole concept is very important. Why? What is the you see the vacuole is larger in size as compared to the nucleus. It is the largest, almost it is if you compare the vacuole with the nucleus. You see vacuole is large. So in the daytime, this
Yeah.
vacuole, what will happen in the daytime? When there will be excess water, the vacuole will be filled, right, with the water. And what will happen? Hmm?
Like it will
The
be
leaves will be,
turgid.
yeah, the leaves will be turgid. And what happens at the night time?
Yeah. There's low turgor pressure, so it will be
Yeah,
like flaccid.
yeah, turgor pressure will be low and
Oh,
the leaves will be
the
flaccid.
vacuole will shrunk.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
vacuole will shrunk and the leaves will be flaccid. You will not say that vacuole is flaccid. Vacuole is not flaccid. Leaves will become flaccid. Okay? Vacuole is
Yeah.
shrunken. Okay, now cytoplasm containing water and dissolved substances such as sugar and salt. Same, just like the plant cell. There are water and there are dissolved substances in it. Sugar and salt. More sugar and salt in the cytoplasm. Why there is more sugar and salt in the cytoplasm of the plant cell?
Maybe because of like I'm not sure.
Think about it. They are autotrophs. Now I have given you the
Maybe
clue.
because they make like their
Hmm.
own food
Yes,
and
yes,
like
exactly. They make their own glucose, right? They make their own food. So what will
yeah,
happen?
glucose. Yep.
So the sugar will be in the
High.
yeah, sugar will be high in the cytoplasm.
High. Yep.
Okay. Then we have chloroplast. The chloroplast contain the
The
pigment.
chloroplast.
Yeah, the chloroplast
Yeah,
as
the chlorophyll.
yeah, you know about this. What is this chloroplast? What is its function?
Chlorophyll, like it takes light and gives
Hmm.
what's it called? Like takes like the light and what's it called? Mm,
From the sunlight, it gives
like
the energy. Okay.
yeah,
Like for example,
yeah,
you have
energy to make glucose by
yes, there is
photosynthesis.
carbon dioxide, there is water, and the
Hydrogen, yeah,
sunlight. Yeah, sunlight. This sunlight, its energy is converted
to
by the
glucose.
chlorophyll. Okay, there is chlorophyll in the
Yeah,
plant.
yeah,
This chlorophyll, what its function? It utilizes the energy of sunlight to make the
yeah,
glucose. Okay, and
glucose. Yeah,
oxygen.
yeah,
Okay, chloroplasts contain the pigment chlorophyll for the light absorption. Okay, the chlorophyll, the function of chlorophyll is to absorb light. Without chlorophyll, a plant is not able to absorb sunlight. This is very important concept. And also, they have
yeah,
mentioned that this chloroplast has enzymes as well. There are two things in this chloroplast. What are two things? Firstly, chlorophyll. Second thing is enzymes. And
both.
why enzymes are
Yeah,
necessary? Enzymes are needed to convert this carbon dioxide and water into glucose. Okay. We have discussed that enzymes are
yeah,
needed for every type of chemical reaction. Whether it is happening in the plant or whether it
yeah,
is happening in the human being or in any other animal, in every species where there are chemical reactions happening, there is need of enzymes, right?
yeah,
Okay. Then we have large permanent vacuole. It contains water necessary to provide turgor pressure and may store ions and molecules. Large permanent vacuole is there that contain water necessary to provide turgor pressure. Like this, I have told you, the turgor pressure, the turgidity. When it will be full,
yeah,
what will happen? There will be more turgor pressure, high turgor pressure, right?
yeah, yeah,
What about
yeah.
starch? What they have mentioned about the starch? This.
About the
Hmm. Why there is starch? Why
mm,
they didn't mention that there is glucose? They didn't mention anywhere. Like same like the animal cell. Why glucose is not present?
maybe because there's starch instead of glucose.
No. This you see they are making glucose, isn't it? They are making
Yeah,
glucose. So why there is no glucose in the cytoplasm? What's the reason?
maybe because there's already in the chloroplast already has
No,
glucose.
I told you glucose, you cannot store energy in the form of glucose. Glucose always provide instant
Mhm.
energy, okay, at that instant.
Okay.
That's why
Mhm.
glucose you will not find glucose in the cytoplasm of the animal cell or of the plant cell.
Yeah, and starch,
Yeah, in the
like
plant cell,
what's it called? It
there is,
stores.
yeah, they store glucose in the form of starch. The difference
Yeah,
between animal and plant cell is that in the animal cell, glucose is stored in the form of glycogen. Okay, glucose is
mhm.
stored in the form of glycogen, while in the plant cell, glucose is stored in the form of starch.
Starch.
Okay,
Yeah,
the thing is same. They
yeah.
both are carbohydrates. The only difference is that you have glucose. Okay, in animal cell, it will be present in the form of glycogen. Okay, It will be stored in the form of glycogen
Glycogen.
in the animal cell.
Yeah.
In the plant cell, it will be stored in the form of starch. Okay,
Starch. Yeah.
stored form in the plant cell. Okay, this is the difference. This difference can be asked. That what is the difference between starch and
Yeah.
glycogen? And also, the potatoes. Potatoes are rich in starch. They have stored glucose
Yeah.
in them. That's why whenever there is a sugar
Yeah.
patient, the doctors they said to not take potatoes because in the potatoes there are starch. They stored glucose,
Yeah.
as well as some of the
Yeah.
fruits. They don't take. They cannot eat some of the fruits because in some of the fruit there is stored glucose as well in the form of starch or in other form, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Then there is the cell wall. The cell wall is made up of cellulose, right? Cell wall is made up
Cellulose.
of
Yeah.
cellulose, and they have mentioned that the cellulose cell wall provides structural support. Okay, it will provide the structural support. Pressure of the cell content leads to turgidity. Okay, it will be turgid. It will give the turgidity and protect against
Yeah.
damage caused by osmotic intake of water. What they have mentioned, basically what they are saying is that since in animal cell you don't need enough water, you don't need water in the in vacuole, right? There is no vacuole. It's almost 70 to 80% liquid, right? The cytoplasm of animal cell is liquid in nature, but in the plant cell we say that there is a large vacuole, right? So in this large vacuole there
Yeah.
is a lot more water. So what will happen? The plant cell can burst. Okay, there can be a situation in which plant
Yeah.
cell can burst. So to avoid it,
Yeah.
there is a strong cell wall. Okay, the cell wall is strong enough.
Yeah.
It is made up of cellulose. It provides structural support. Okay, it provides structural support, like it can bear the pressure. If there is more water in the cell, in the plant cell, you know what happens? The plants they take water in the daytime. They have more intake of water in the daytime as compared to the night time. Why is this so? Because in the night time there is no sunlight. They have to use that energy which is already they have make in the daytime. Okay, in the photosynthesis
Yeah.
process. So since there is more water in them, to avoid bursten, to avoid this, they have a strong cell wall. Okay, there is a strong cell wall
Mhm.
which provides
Yeah.
the structural
So.
support. Yeah, the pressure of the cell content. It provided turgidity to the cell. Okay, it provided turgidity to the cell and protect against the damage. What is meant by protect
Yeah.
against damage? It means like if there is more water in the cell will not damage. It will
Yeah. It
not
will break.
burst. Yeah, it will
Yeah.
not
It
break.
will
Why it
burst
will not break? Because of the cell wall.
because
Okay.
cell wall. Yeah.
Yeah, and the cell wall is freely permeable. Okay, it does not it is not just like the cell membrane. In cell membrane, we have discussed that a cell membrane is semi-permeable. Cell membrane, you
Yeah.
see the cell membrane. We have discussed cell membrane. It
Cell.
allow few substances. Okay, cell membrane and it
Yeah.
allow few substances to enter and it only allow few substances to leave the cell. So it means the cell membrane is semi-permeable.
Permeable.
Yeah, but when we talk about the plant cell wall is not this inner cell membrane will be semi-permeable. Okay, it will only allow few substances, but the outer cell wall, when we talk about the cell wall, it does not need any objection. It will allow every substance. Okay, cell wall is freely permeable to water and dissolved substances. Okay, the cell wall is
Yeah.
freely permeable.
Freely permeable.
Yeah. It it means it can allow every substance. Cell wall can allow every substance, but when every
Yeah.
substance will enter, what will happen? Any kind of substance which will enter, there will be a checkpoint at cell membrane. Then cell membrane will
Yeah.
only allow few substances. Okay, are you clear? Just like there are
Yeah. Totally.
sometimes there are two gates of any industry or anything. The main gate from the main gate everyone can enter, but there is another gate inside from where just employees can enter. Just like that. That is
Yeah.
specific for employees. Similarly, there is the cell wall. Cell membrane will allow every substance. Permeable means allow. Permeable means allow. Okay. Cell wall is freely permeable. It will allow every substance to enter, but the cell membrane have a checkpoint. Cell membrane is
Yeah.
semi-permeable. Cell membrane will only
So
allow few substances to pass through it.
it's
Okay.
fused.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now they have mentioned about the organelles, which we will discuss in the next class. Till now, if you have any confusion, you can ask me. Like the
No.
features on the plant and animal cell research to carry out the basic processes. This is the basic difference, and this is most important difference. And you must know all the basic things of the cell. Okay, we will in the next class we will discuss about the specific organelles. What are the functions of those organelles
Mm.
within the cell? I wonder like there
Yeah.
is if in this dot, if you see this dot, the cell is smaller than this dot. Okay, this cell is very much
Oh,
small,
yeah.
but in this smaller
Yeah.
cell, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has placed all the things. So this is always
Yeah.
mesmerizing that Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has placed everything, and not only He placed these things, they all are functioning in an organized manner. They
Yeah.
don't jumble with
Doing
each other.
different stuff
Hmm.
to, yeah.
Yeah. What's your perspective on
They,
this?
like they do like different types of stuff to make it work.
Hmm. And there are, yeah, from a very smaller level, you see, from a very smaller level, a whole individual is working, like us. If we see our body, if we are moving, everything is happening at cellular level, right? And
Yeah.
everything is in an organized manner. It's not like the function of one system, like if, for example, there is one organelle, this organelle is it's saying that I don't want to do this, so you can do this. This is not the case. They all have specific functions
Yeah.
and they don't mix up. This is the most important thing. Then we will discuss about the brain. You will also be astonished about this. That in the brain we will discuss there are different nerves and nerve impulses and how we get the stimulus of different things. This whole is so good to discuss,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Now